What's going on, YouTube? It's Levi back here with another video. Today we're talking about Isaiah 40 and finding strength in God. Last week we talked about Proverbs 23 and how kingdom riches versus earthly riches affect your life. But this week's going to be a little different. We're talking more about the struggles of faith and how we can find purpose in God through his strength. Whether you're going through struggle, whether you're going through just a painful experience like death, maybe it's a breakup, maybe something that you're having a hard time comprehending, there's always understanding in the Lord. The reason that we have the Bible is because it's a book of struggles that were completely just explained throughout other people's lives, and it's a revelation to our life and how we can apply it. The way that we translate this book to our lives is the way that we see God. It's the living, breathing Word of God, and the reason that he gave us this book is so that we can relate to him in a different form rather than it being physical form. This is the book of life, and no matter what you're going through, there's always going to be something in this book that you can relate to, that you can apply to your life, and that you can just understand. Comparable more to, let's say, giving advice from a friend. Of course it's always good to get advice from a friend, but there's more understanding in this book if you read it with your own eyes and you understand it with your own mind. Yeah, back to the topic. Today I wanted to talk about Isaiah 40 verses 13 through 31. I'll start reading now. Who can fathom the Spirit of the Lord? Or who can instruct the Lord as his counselor? Whom did the Lord consult to enlighten him? And who taught him the right way? Who was it that taught him knowledge or showed him the path of understanding? God, I feel like, is talking to the prophet Isaiah saying, who can fathom the eternal existence of my being? Who can understand that I am the Alpha, I am the Omega? Who can understand my power? God created us in such a way that we could see ourselves as more of a servant creature rather than us being God. Because we're not God. We are obviously made in the image of God, but we are not God. So here, I feel like God was talking to the prophet Isaiah saying, who can fathom the Spirit of the Lord? No one can. We're human. We're man. We are made in God's image, but we don't have the understanding of God. Oh no. Isaiah verse 15. Surely the nations are like a drop in a bucket. They are regarded as dust on the scales. He weighs the islands as though they were fine dust. God is so big that he created millions and millions of galaxies, right? What is one itty bitty world to his existence? We are just a tiny little speck of dust. It says in the Bible in the beginning of Genesis, right? It says that we were made from dust. And just the fact that God can create all these particles and turn them into a human creature that was made in his image just shows his likeness to our lives, because we are also creators. If you can't tell, we make buildings, we make empires. I mean, there's kingdoms around the world that we have created. And I feel like there is such an awesome revelation here in Isaiah 40 verse 15 that the nations are like a drop of water in a bucket, and that they were regarded as dust on the scales. He weighs the islands as though they were fine dust. He holds them in his palm, and he understands that these are such intimate little creatures and islands that we are. So verses 16 says, Lebanon is not sufficient for altar fires, nor is the animal enough for burnt offerings. Before him all the nations are as nothing. They are regarded by him as worthless and less than nothing. With whom then will you compare God? To what image will you liken him? You can't compare God to anything, because he is everything. Whether you're looking at a tree, whether you're looking at a school bus, there's a school bus back there, I live next to a school, but if you try to compare God to anything, you can't, because you have to compare him to everything, because he made everything. Everything that he has created was not only done through us as well here on earth, but he spoke it into existence. What other creature can speak things into existence? And it just blows up out of the ground saying, let there be light, let there be earth, let there be water, let there be a sufficient amount of human beings on this earth to roam and live freely. Who else can do that other than the image of God? No one. And that's why it's so important to realize that you can't compare God to anybody that's not God. Isaiah 40 verses 25 through 26 states, to whom will you compare me? Or who is my equal, says the Holy One. Lift up your eyes and look to the heavens. Who created all of these things? Who brings out the starry hosts one by one and calls forth each of them by name? Because of his power and his mighty strength, not one of them is missing. God has not forgot about you. No matter what you're going through, whether you feel lonely, whether you feel incompetent, whether you feel just like you're worthless to everybody else in this world, God has not forgotten about you. He knows that he made you. Psalms 139 says that he knitted you in your mother's womb. He saw you whenever he was knitting you inside of his daughter. He saw you, and he saw the fruitfulness of your life, and whether or not it was going to be hard, whether or not it was going to be easy. God knows the end of time and the beginning of time. He saw it all, and he knows what you're going through. He's just waiting for you to call out to his name. Verse 28 says, "Do you not know? Have you not heard that the Lord is the everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth? He will not grow tired, and he will not grow weary, and his understanding that no one can fathom. He gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. Even youths grow tired and weary, but young men stumble and fall. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles, and they will run and they will not grow weary. They will walk and they will not be faint." What he is saying here is that those who hope, those who have hope in their heart and understand that there is hope in the Lord, they will renew their strength. They will understand that God put himself on a cross in human form. He came down as man and put himself in human form. And he died so that you would have hope that there will be better times, and hope that there is a plan for your life. There is a purpose that he has set aside, and there's a calling that he has set aside for your life that you must fulfill. Here it says that they will renew their strength and they will soar on wings like eagles. What he's saying is that you will fly. There will be a time in your life that all of this does go away, and that the glory of the Lord will be shown upon your life and reflected upon your heart. I think the biggest part that we can take away from Isaiah 40 is that the Lord is the everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth. He will not grow tired and he will not grow weary. In his understanding, nobody can fathom. What does that say about our God? That means that our God is not only everlasting, that means that our God knows everything. He knows that not only are you going to go through struggles in this earth walk, but he also knows that there's hope. And he's giving you the understanding, not only through this video, but through other people around you, that there is hope for your life. And he's just waiting on you to call upon the name of the Lord. He is near to the brokenhearted. It says that, I think it's in Psalms somewhere. I'll pull it up and I'll put it whenever I edit the video, but it says that he is nigh to the brokenhearted, that he will look over you no matter what you're going through. And those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. That's all I got to say for y'all today. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or if you have any comments, concerns, post them in the comments down below. I would love to see your feedback on this video. Again, I'm new to this, and I'm just trying my best to spread God's glory through everything that I do. And this is just one of the ways that I do so. And if you really do like the video, please subscribe, and turn on post notifications for more content. Thank you so much. God bless you, and I hope you have a blessed day.